everyone, welcome to this update video. I hope you're doing well this morning, and we're going to be taking a look at what is going on across the North Atlantic, with focus being on the Caribbean as per usual. But I want to direct your attention to the US for a bit because there's been some severe weather moving through some areas. There's been extensive damage in some places because of it, and so this morning is probably a very bleak one for many people. So my thoughts and my prayers are with the people of the United States who are being affected by the unfolding weather events there. Now, as we move to the Caribbean region, there is still that trough in the area, which is resulting in that southwesterly flow. So we have all this moisture coming up and moving through, and that's been the story for a while. It's resulted in a lot of rain and even some instances of flooding in parts of the Dominican Republic. There's also been some heavy downpours in parts of Puerto Rico and some showers around for the Virgin Islands. So that's going to be the story for today. In some of these areas, there could be some additional heavy rain and even thunderstorms. And so we're going to get straight into what is expected, and also tropical storm wind gusts. Yes, that is right. So in especially the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, winds are already kicking up, and they're going to be kicking up even more as the day goes on. So let's move to the rainfall forecast first, and then we'll talk about the winds. So here we have it from Euro, and the more colorful this map becomes, more rain is expected. So we can see that it's a little bit colorful for parts of the northern Caribbean, sections of Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and even Puerto Rico as well. And there's already some showers around some of these areas this morning, but as I said earlier, there is likely to be some additional heavy rain and thunderstorms in some of these areas, and especially in the Dominican Republic, where some areas have been so saturated because it's been raining there over the past several days. That can make flooding even more likely as we head through today. So please stay safe should you encounter any flood waters or experience a lot of heavy rain. In Puerto Rico, there's likely to be some heavy rain in some spots as well. Not so much in the Virgin Islands, although there is definitely going to be some showers around. As it relates to the Lesser Antilles, a few showers are moving through some areas this morning, such as Barbados, for example. So that's going to be the story. Some of those intermittent showers coming in from the east. ABC Islands, much not really expected today. But as we head down to northern South America, not a surprise that is very colorful for Colombia, as that area is usually quite active. So there could be rainfall amounts up to, say, 4 inches as we head through today. Definitely flood triggering rain. And then as it relates to Venezuela, in parts of the northwest and southern portions of the country, there could be some decent rain today for the Guyanas. These showers may be around, may not be too widespread though. Areas such as Panama, Costa Rica likely to be quite active. We're seeing some of those burgundy shadings popping up, maybe heading up to 2 inches of rain as we head through today. Not as much for Nicaragua, parts of Honduras, El Salvador, southern Guatemala. Nonetheless, there could still be some showers in the area. Same thing as we head to Belize and parts of Mexico. Bay Islands of Honduras likely to be on the drier side for the most part. Cayman Islands up there, a few showers are likely to be around. And then for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos Islands, it is going to be a similar story. Some showers will pass through, but as I said, those winds are really going to kick up. Let's head on to the wind forecast now. Here we can see it. And so as we head through today, we can see all those blue shadings across the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos Islands, and even in the Gulf of Mexico and a few spots in the Caribbean as well, especially for the Bay Islands right in there. So some of those winds could be well over 20 miles per hour, 25, 30 miles per hour. And then when we're talking about those wind gusts in some areas could be well over 40 miles per hour. That's heading into tropical storm force wind territory right there. So it's going to be a very windy day for the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos Islands, and even Cuba, the Cayman Islands, and headed towards Central America as well. Elsewhere in the Caribbean will also be windy, with winds probably up to 15, 20 knots at the maximum. But in the east, it may be a little bit quieter, maybe winds anywhere from around 5 going up to 10, maybe 15 knots at the most as we head through today. So that is it in terms of the wind forecast. Winds are really going to be kicking up for parts of the northern Caribbean, including the Bahamas, and Turks and Caicos Islands. And so everyone, this is basically what I wanted to share with you in this update video. On a brighter note, for many people who have been annoyed by the dust, if you have been experiencing that plume of Saharan dust, it is dissipating, okay? But it's likely not the end of the story. At some point in the near future, there's likely to be yet another plume that will move in, and that's just how things are. With these dust plumes coming off of Africa, moving across the Atlantic into the Caribbean and Americas as well. So that's just how it is. And these Saharan dust plumes across the Atlantic, they usually peak around July. So yeah, we'll see what happens then. But it's been a misery for so many persons because of the health issues associated with it. But the good news is that it is decreasing in concentration and quantity across the region. So yeah, I'll definitely be keeping you guys posted as time goes by, and that is pretty much what I wanted to share with you in this update video. So I really hope you found it to be very informative. However, if you have any questions, do feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll respond to you when I get the chance to do so, and remember to always be weatherwise.